Welcome to Be Me with Shari Ware, the podcast where each day is a step towards a better you and where we focus on progress, not perfection. Join me as we embark on a journey of self-improvement and wellness, focusing on being just a little better than we were yesterday. Hello and welcome to the Be Me podcast. I'm your host, Shari Ware. And this is episode 36. It's actually the third part of a series called Self-Care for Busy People. And this particular episode in the series is 5-minute movement for energy and focus. Now, the amazing Jim Rohn said, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. Now, if you don't know who Jim Rohn is, he's definitely big in the business and self-development space. He's got some great books, and I'll make sure that I put a link in the show notes for you to check him out further if you haven't already done that on Amazon. And when I saw that quote, I thought, oh, okay, that's very simple, but very straight to the point, and he's not wrong. And sometimes I get so busy that some of the things that I know are really good for me, I kind of slack off on a bit. So it's definitely good to remind myself that for my long-term health, there's some things I want to be doing now so that I am able to do them in the future. And one of those things is movement. Now, I know that when you are really busy, it can seem like there's just not enough time in the day to get movement in. If you're somebody who doesn't move their body regularly, then I definitely want to say that the very first step is just starting small, and it doesn't matter how small the start is. In fact, the smaller the better. When you start small, really, really small, it's so much easier to actually implement and continue to do it consistently. And then once you've created the habit, then start to build on it. So I'm going to say that this is perfect for you, 5-minute movement. And in fact, if 5 minutes is too much, for some people it might be, then start with 1 or 2 minutes. But I just wanted to demonstrate that it can be done in as simple as 5 minutes or less. Now, we're going to talk about why is it important, what counts as movement, and some quick and simple movement practices so that you actually have some help to implement. So, first of all, why is it important? Now, there are so many benefits to moving our body. If I was to start to even try and list them all off, we would literally be here all day, and ain't nobody got time for that. So it's definitely important for our health. We need to move. Our bodies were designed to move. Our body actually doesn't have a pump. It doesn't have a pump to pump things around the body to where it needs to go. So the water that we're talking about drinking in the previous episode, any nutrition that you're taking in, any supplements, anything that's going into your body, it cannot get moved around your body without a pump. It has to be pumped. Now, what is our pump? Our pump is movement. We have to move our body, otherwise stuff doesn't get where it needs to go. And by doing that, by moving the stuff where it needs to go, it will improve your energy, it will improve your focus, it will improve your mood, you will be happier. So if you're not already moving, then we want to start, and here are some really quick, easy ways for you to get started. It doesn't matter how busy your day is. So first of all, you can, if you work at a desk, you can do desk stretches, especially if you are sitting for long periods of time. You could do things like shoulder rolls. You could do seated spinal twists. You can do neck stretches, you can stretch your arms, you can stretch your legs. They're quick, they don't take a lot of time, they take very little space, and they will help you to get stuff circulating in your body and also help you to refocus. It's really important that you do move from time to time, especially if you are working at a desk or sitting at a desk. If at all possible, take a 5-minute walk. This will help you to clear your mind. It will help you to refocus. It will help you to re-energize. It doesn't matter whether it's outside or inside. It will improve your circulation and help you reset. And if you can get outside, it would be awesome, because then you'll get some fresh air and some natural light, which can be extra beneficial. But if you can't get outside, any walk is good. You could do a mini bodyweight circuit. It could literally be as simple as just doing 30 seconds or 20 seconds or 10 seconds if it must be, but 10 seconds wouldn't be a lot. Not that we want to do a lot. We only want to do 5 minutes, but 30 seconds each of, say, push-ups or lunges or squats. And when I say push-ups, it doesn't have to be push-ups on the floor. You could do push-ups on your desk. Anything that's going to just give your body a bit of a boost and re-energize and get some circulation going. If it's going to elevate your heart rate a little bit, that's great too. It's going to make you feel really good, and it's going to, again, help you to refocus. You don't need any equipment. You can do it anywhere. You don't need a lot of space, and you don't need a lot of time. So there's no excuses. You could do some deep breathing with gentler movement if you're a bit stressed out and you need to calm down. So just deep breathing. Maybe it might be breathing in for the a count of 4, holding for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 6. That's generally a standard deep breathing routine that I suggest for people if they don't know how to do it. Some people don't do this, and it's the first time you might be trying it. So you could just do a few rounds of that, which will help you, again, if you're a bit stressed, to calm down, to refocus, to reset. You can actually try raising your arms up as you inhale and down as you exhale. And that is going to combine the movement with the breathing. That's really good for a break in the middle of the day. You could get a resistance band and do some stretches with a resistance band. And that's going to activate your whole body. So you could do bicep curls, you could do shoulder extensions, leg stretches. Again, it's low impact. You don't need a lot of space. You don't need a lot of time. And it helps to relieve both physical and mental fatigue. So these are just some of the things that you can do. There's lots more, but it's not about giving you millions of options and then you don't choose any. I just really like to give people a few different options and they choose what works for them, what they think is going to work for them the best in their specific situation, in their unique situation. And then you give it a go and implement and go from there. If what you start out trying doesn't work in the beginning, well, then try something else. You will find something that works for you. It's about trial and error. And then once you've implemented it at the lowest level, then you can start to expand on it and to grow on it and do more and more movement. But we're going to start out small, remember? All right, and as per usual, there is a corresponding Be Me Bites episode for this. Be Me Bites edition for this episode. It is Be Me Bites 34, Self-Care for Busy People, Part 3, 5-minute movement for physical and mental health. So I will direct you there because there will be some resources that I put in the edition, in the written edition, that you won't find in the podcast. And also there might be some other things that you you'll find in the written edition that didn't make it into the podcast. And as an ethical bribe, if you subscribe to Be Me Bites, you will get an online copy of any one of my books for free of your choice. And when you subscribe, you get an email that tells you how you can claim that. That's it for this episode. I hope that you're adding some movement in to your busy day. Hopefully, I've shown you some ways that you can do it really simply and easily. It doesn't take a lot of time or resources, but it will really, really help you. Even if it's for just 1 or 2 minutes, a few times throughout the day, it's really going to help you. And until the next episode, keep taking one step at a time. See ya. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Remember to check out the show notes, and if you have any comments, feedback or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. If you've received value from this podcast, make sure to subscribe, and I'd love you to rate and review the show. Have a fabulous day.